Hi, everybody. This is Tom with Culture Chap, and today I want to talk to you about Xanadu the musical. It's a great piece. It's hilarious. So, if you don't know, Xanadu was a movie in the 80s that was very cheesy, sort of well intended, trying to pull in a lot of things and be, I don't know what they're aiming for, but it was just cheeseball wonderful and became a cult hit. And people loved it. Olivia Newton-John, the songs were good. A very popular actor from the Warriors movie, which had come out a few years earlier, was in it. Now he was doing a musical with her. Fantastic. Gene Kelly. The pieces that went into it were all very good in theory. It just didn't totally come together. So they made a very good effort. And now the musical has taken that story and just leaned into it and said, it is cheeseball, it is fun. We're going to take the music, we're going to add in a little more music, and we're just going to embrace it and add things to it that just really go for it. So the musical is cheesy and wonderful. It is the same story. It's an important story. A muse comes to Earth and tries to help an artist open with his dream of opening a roller disco. It's important. Yeah. You can see how noble this dream is. So I I can't really recommend it, but I want you to find online, because I can't include it, the bootleg version of the musical. Okay, it's on YouTube. Um, I can't really say look at this bootleg legitimately because it's a bootleg, but you should know what you're getting into. That's very important before you choose this piece. You can read it and not totally get it, but when you see it performed, and there are pieces that are legitimate on YouTube. There are videos of songs, videos of the set, but you should really get the whole breadth of the musical together. Now, I see a lot of talk online about people talking about doing it and the things that are stopping them. The problem is the people that have done it are like, it sells and sells. And the other people are like, I know it sells, but it takes a lot of money to get it going. I'm not sure what they mean. So what I think I figured out is that they believe it's expensive to put up. And there's a lot of things stopping them about the set and the costumes. The costumes, the muses, they don't change. I mean, they do change to other characters for walk-ons, but they change right out of them. So most of the muses and the gods, they don't change. And Sunny, he doesn't change. He puts on roller skates, skates around. That's about it. He's mostly in shorts and a tank top the whole time. So there really isn't a lot of cost that way. People have been doing this musical for a while, so the costumes are available. If you want to rent them yourself, that's great. If you find that they're not appropriate for your actors, okay, you can make your own. You can alter them. They're supposed to be Greek muses. They don't all have to match costume-wise. If there's some Greek muse that wants to be more covered up, fine. They don't all have to be matching costumes. They're not bridesmaids. The roller skates, I guess it can be expensive. You must find an actor who can sing beautifully, can act, and can roller skate. That might not be as hard as you think. The set doesn't have to be as expensive as you think. So when you watch the video, which I can't put in the description because it's bootleg, people there's a stopping thing of like, oh, we don't have a fly system. When she flies away on Pegasus, the winged horse, we can't do that. You don't have to. You don't have to copy the video. You can do Pegasus, the winged horse, as a flat. You can just have him cut out and have him roll on. It can be a seat. This is cheesy. The audience doesn't care. We know what we're getting into. You can have her climb onto this horse that is just a flat, and have her fly away just by it rolling on and it rolling off. Okay? The best part about this musical is you could do anything you want. So you can have a backdrop of clouds. Most set builders can do that. 3D clouds, give it something. And then when Pegasus takes her away, you can just have her reach, as she's leaving, she can be, oh, I'm going that way, then I'm going this way. Just the hand alone. I'm going up, sells it. You can have the muses, they have a lot to do. They can bring on props and take off props. If you have a rolling cloud, which I think you should do, if you have a cloud background, you can have Pegasus roll on, she climbs on, she rolls off, and as she's rolling off, one of the muses brings on a cloud. We get it. Her hand is up, there's a cloud there. We understand she's flying away. Hilarious. One of the muses comes on dressed as a centaur. And people are like, oh my God, we can't have a costume change with a big centaur body behind. Well, it's cheesy. So you can just have a stuffed animal as part of the costume, okay? He comes on, he's changed into like fur pants, and then the back of him has a stuffed horse costume. It doesn't have to be like you see in the off-Broadway or Broadway video. Okay, we know what we're doing. He's a centaur, we get it. It's just a walk on and walk off anyway where he's singing. There are things you can do. Just embrace it. The music is great. You don't have to have an orchestra. It can be recorded music. The costumes don't have to be expensive. You can rent them. They're readily available. And just leaning into the cheese of it and really embracing it. The silliness of it, the music. People love the music. They love the story. It's sweet. It's very sweet. And finding your best actors to do it, your best singers, this can be a great piece. It seems to sell like crazy no matter where it is. Everyone in the world seems to have seen that movie at one time. Everyone in the world seems to like cheesy musicals. They sell. Everyone in the world just seems to love this piece. It's been in every country. It's proven itself. The statistics really speak for themselves. The name speaks for itself. Xanadu the musical. People love it. And if you put up videos on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or wherever you are advertising with your social media, just short little snippets, it's going to really push this forward. So the thing about doing this piece is because of the cheeseball aspect and the set stuff and so forth with the rolling this and the rolling that, you need to have set pieces available to rehearse with. Part of this piece is the physicality of what you're doing. Your actors need to be off book at first rehearsal. Obviously, everybody who's singing a song is always off book song-wise. For a musical, they need to be off book script-wise and lines-wise because there's a lot to this. You need to rehearse the comedy to really get it where you need it. You need to have someone who doesn't lie to you about the roller skating. Can you roller skate? Can you roller skate backwards? What are we doing? That kind of thing. And you need to rehearse that in rehearsal, not leave it to the last minute like so many others have. That's when this cheeseball thing becomes a disaster. Too many people have done this piece where they haven't rehearsed those important parts. They need to be there from the beginning. And you need to embrace what your style of set will be, not figure it out as you go, and realize when you need to add in what is not written in this script or this libretto. So how do we get that on? Oh, that can roll on. Well, there's no one in this script that says they're rolling on anything because you're doing it slightly different. The muses can do anything you need. They can bring on props, and because this is a cheeseball musical, they can bring on props, and then they can, they can make a big face. Ah, you see me. It's magic. All of that is there. All of that is there. Also, I've seen the discussions, people wondering, oh, how can we roll on a whole phone booth? Because Sonny makes a phone call to rent the space where Xanadu is going to be in. And there is this part where she's singing and he's singing. And he's in a phone booth and someone comes in hidden and changes his shoes to roller skates. And he comes out of the phone booth and it's magic. So closing the phone booth door seems to be how they've done it on stage before, where someone is changing him into roller skates. You don't need to do that. So again, roll on a cloud, roll on a phone booth. Maybe you roll on a low wall and there is a phone booth, which can just not be a whole booth. It can just be a public phone. However you want to mount it, you don't need a whole phone. You need the receiver. He can mime the doot, 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 doot. It doesn't matter. It could be some sort of ridiculous looking something. And the person changing him into roller skates can be hidden behind the low wall or cloud, if you prefer, if you want to be cheaper. And they can roll off with the wall and the phone booth, and he can magically have the skates on. Lean into it. We know what's happening. The audience isn't fooled. We know what we're doing. It's all how the actor portrays it. Like, oh, I'm on roller skates. Oh, I couldn't. Part of the fun is like, oh, I couldn't skate. And she's like, zing. And now he can skate beautifully. That's all part of it. I'm going to link some videos of Cheyenne Jackson doing just those hilarious bits from the piece that are pieces from award shows, videos from award shows, and videos from talk shows, which are legit. But you need to find where you can watch the whole show online and see what you're getting into. That's very important. And your actors and your singers need to know what is required at auditions. That's very important. Often they're just excited about the piece and they haven't really investigated what needs to be done. And just a simple like, male singer this age needs to sing, needs to roller skate. A lot of those things are just sort of like glossed over. Needs to sing, needs to this age, and they don't really realize I really need to know how to roller skate. That's sort of an afterthought. Even though you have stated it as the producer, the director, the artistic director, the theater, this needs to be brought up at rehearsal. We need to see this at auditions, okay? We need to know you can do this. You can't fib, all right? Having to have someone roller skate at auditions is difficult. It shouldn't be the first audition. It should be the callbacks. Now that becomes more of a pain because do they have their own roller skates? Probably not. Part of roller skating is you have to have your own skates that are your own size. These are rentable. If someone is serious about getting these parts, they will find somewhere where they can rent them, and they will not have embellished to you that they can roller skate. They will show that they can actually do it. You can't have someone embellish this. This is not the kind of thing you lie about on your resume. So, and I speak from experience as a young child actor who said they could ride a horse when they really couldn't. Now, it wasn't totally my fault because I grew up riding English saddles, and this was a Western saddle, and I didn't know that, and neither did my parents. So when I got on the saddle, which was very unfamiliar with me, there was some problems, and this was in a movie. Luckily, we had friends who could quickly tutor me the next day for about 6 hours so I could go back to shoot that scene with experience. But yeah, we should have figured that out. You can't embellish. You got to know what you're talking about when there are things that are physical to do. And you need to do these things in rehearsal. This script, this play, this musical, any of those things where the humor comes from physical comedy, and there are things like roller skates or being thrown out a window or falling down, you need to be experienced and know what you're doing. This isn't for amateurs. It is for amateurs only if you've studied what that is. It's like being in a fight scene. You need to know what you're doing in a fight scene before doing it. You're not going to learn all of that on the job. You need to have some experience beforehand. Am I saying this enough times? I mean it. Comedy needs experienced people when there's physical comedy. All right, that's enough of that. Please come back for more. Please subscribe. This is a really good musical. Really, 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 really good. And you should investigate it. It will sell for you. Okay, please subscribe. And there's a buy me a coffee if you'd like to do that. That would help out. And we'll talk again. Please come back for more. Okay, bye.